When we talk about Garrett himself had been bullied in school, had very shy, very introverted. He was just this tiny 16-year-old kid, maybe 112 pounds, and he wanted to powerlift. He had something within him that set him apart.
My name is Krista Johnson. I live in Southern California. Now I'm mostly doing tennis, and sometimes when we go on the tennis courts, I pass with my mom.
Okay, now let's get some shadow swings.
I'm one of the oldest athletes on the United States team, and I want to keep on competing until I'm not ready to hang it up yet.
With 7 nations represented, what nation you come from doesn't matter.
The right to play on any playing field, you have earned it. The right to study in any school, you have earned it. The right to hold a job, you have earned it. You are the heroes and heroines who have overcome. God bless you in these games and in the greatness of your life. Thank you.
Special Olympics is something of a miracle. It was a bottom-up movement, as all great change and revolutions are. And they allow people to grow and blossom and flourish in ways that are unexpected and bring them together. And then you have this explosive moment in 1968 where people with intellectual disabilities from around the United States and Canada come together. So many volunteers came expecting to help, to show compassion, to have pity. And instead they were transformed. Their hearts were open, their minds were expanded, and they saw a whole new way of being, a way that was free of the fear of difference and open to the goodness and dignity of every human being.
Ken was born developmentally delayed. We first realized he was late in sitting up by himself. He didn't walk and on his own until he was almost 3.
The first time I really knew something was different with my brother was middle school age, when I would have kids that were teasing him, taunting him.
Good people when we lived in Pennsylvania, there was the neighbor down the street from us. Kids were sisters, both of them. They like when people were bowling with me. They used to call me retard.
It was hard. It was hard in the beginning. I still kick myself. And I'm sorry. I felt bad that, what did I do wrong? What happened?
So Ken was in a special ed class in Middletown. And at the age of course, you have to be 8 years old to start Special Olympics. And his teacher here in Middletown started him with the Connecticut Special Olympics.
It was great for Kenny. It was great for us too, because here's an outlet that Kenny could be a person, be his own person.
Ken plays a sport every season. And a few years ago, he decided that he would play bocce. And he was good.
Let's get my racket.
With Krystal being my second, I knew something wasn't right with her development.
And it was really, really scary, heartbreaking when she was born, because the neurologist said she may never walk, she may never talk fluently, and don't put our hopes up too high and expect too much.
But everything they said about my daughter did not happen.
One day she just decided she would walk instead of crawl. Next thing you know, she was running.
She walked, she ran, she rode bikes, she made friends.
And then we got involved in Special Olympics.
She's taken me through every single sport they've had since then. Bocce, floor hockey, basketball, golf, you name it, Krystal has done it and excelled at it.
And it made me appreciate and understand what God says when he says you have your talents. What did you do with them?
Someone had told me her son was in a wheelchair. She said, your son's gonna have it a lot harder than mine will, because she said it's obvious that my son has a disability. She said so more people will actually be kind to him. Garrett looks perfectly normal. She told me that, I need to be prepared for people to be mean and because they would expect him to be more typical because he looks typical. People just didn't understand him. He almost had like his own language. He understands now, and he knows that he's autistic.
I was pretty nervous when I started my first competition. Didn't really know that much about powerlifting until I was like watching videos. This is my dream.
The thing about being at old school is it's a very different environment than anywhere else. People are here with purpose. People are here to work for some goal that they have in mind. And it was very evident. I think Garrett was here to work hard, and he really, really fit the mentality, really fit in.
He can deadlift and bench press more than people that we know that would be typical developing.
How we've looked at it is not just training it for a couple months prior to a competition, but training year-round. And Garrett's one of those athletes that does that. Trains year-round for that sport, becomes very specialized. So again, he's become a professional within the sport of powerlifting.
You gotta eat right, you gotta drink right, you gotta sleep more hours, you gotta work out more hours, push yourself, you're gonna feel pain. I mean, that's what working out is about.
Yeah, okay.
Garrett came to us in July of 2017 with the Licking County Summer Program. He was a hard worker. He would do anything that we asked, but he was just kind of a little bashful. And to just see the young man that he has progressed into over the year, his confidence is through the roof.
Well, at work I do like loadouts, get the carts, sometimes sweep, help the employees actually.
He comes in every day with a smile on his face. He's eager to learn. He's always wanting to learn a new task. I know that I speak on behalf of everyone here at the Heath store, how proud we are of Garrett. We have his back 100%.
Krystal came to us, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in 2008. I have a staff of about 28 people. These people come here every day. Every single day. They're on time, they don't complain. They want to show people that they are capable, because for so many years in their lives, they've heard that they're not capable of doing anything. I beg to differ with that. These people are some of the greatest employees I've ever seen. A lot of times our people, they're ignored. But all they want is a chance to do what they do and live a normal life like everyone else is entitled to in this great country. So that's why I'm here. I believe in what we do here.
Mark,
Cool.
Looks like you're going against us. So,
Yeah.
Yep, you're green.
All right.
Now put this right on that. I like that one. That one was better.
Being part of a unified team is great because you're actually, you're out there. It's I'd say, don't get me wrong. I like coaching. Coaching's good. But, when you're actually out there playing with them. You're playing the sport, you're having a good time, So now we go down this and we play the other way, right? We take losers with our wins. But we don't give up too easily. Good job, great game.
Good game.
Good job.
Great
Thanks.
game.
Thanks, buddy. We're all human beings. People should not judge who we are. God made us who we are. We're all athletes. Doesn't matter who we have disability. God made us who we are.
I'm so proud of her. I don't want to get emotional, but it makes me emotional just to see how far she's come year after year, year after year.
If you have a baby who was never supposed to be able to walk, everything Krystal's doing now to us is a miracle.
And I was talking on the phone with my mommy, and she's like, Christa, you going to Abu Dhabi? So I got so excited.
She's going to do amazing. I know she's going to do amazing, with her effort, because she's a hard worker.
I am elated that the games are in Abu Dhabi. The fact that Abu Dhabi has taken the lead in the Arab nations in this way is so groundbreaking.
Sometimes I win medals, and sometimes I get ribbons, but as long as I try my best, I'm okay. Abu Dhabi, here I come to try my best. Yes! Thank you.
This ball's gonna come in, it's gonna hit, and it's just, they're all gonna roll right down the middle. Right down the middle, and then we're protected like this.
Yeah.
Then we just gotta hope the other players don't knock it out.
Right.
And that's our blocker, that's our setup.
Okay.
What I love the most about my brother is his determination. His determination to be happy, his determination to be successful.
We met on a blind date 3.5 years ago.
Yep.
And then I fell in love with her the first day. Love at first sight.
Yeah.
I got on one knee and I asked her, would you like to marry me?
And I said yes right away.
Yeah. I said, would you like to become my wife?
I knew Ken was going to succeed because he's driven himself. Ken is very determined. He's a very determined individual. And he's always said, nothing will keep me back.
I'm very excited for him to go on this trip to Abu Dhabi and to spread his joy in another country.
She understands why I'm doing this. Not just I'm representing Canada, representing the whole country, the United States.
He is so much more confident. I'm just very proud. I'm his grandma, and I'm very proud. And it's very encouraging.
And so what weightlifting did for Garrett, as it does for many of our athletes, is it brings them out of their shell, gives them some confidence, that self-confidence that they can do more.
Watching his passion develop, that's the power of what Garrett has done, is he's modeled this intensity and love of a sport.
I'd like for him to have as much normal life as he could.
What's up, man? Everything good?
I'm so proud of Garrett, and I think he pulls people together. I think he motivates people.
At the end of the day, Garrett is a weightlifter. Garrett loves to lift weights. He loves being here. You can tell that just by his demeanor, just by the way he walks around. He loves it when he's here. He's a true passion for the sport. I don't see that ever going away.
The idea of tolerance and acceptance and inclusion, I think, is something we inherited from Sheikh Zayed. It's something we grew up with. It's something we understand naturally. It's part of the UAE values. It's part of our DNA. And that's why hosting the Special Olympics in the UAE was such a natural thing for us. It's not just about hosting the games, it's about the meaning of the games.
This is maybe the story that hasn't been told yet of the UAE. What I have been most touched by is the humble way in which the people of the UAE speak of the issue of tolerance. They tell stories that the world hasn't heard, of a people who have always been open to the world.
Partnership with the Special Olympics feels very normal. They want the world to be a better place. They want people to feel included. They want people to feel accepted. The UAE that I lived in embodies these values.
And what's happening, I think, is that all of us are growing in ways in which we start to break down the fears and anxieties that separate us through this beautiful, simple act of play. I believe that leaders around the world, including the leadership in the UAE and in many other countries, are starting to see in the athletes of Special Olympics a subtle, quiet, but powerful vector of hope for the future of the planet.
Seeing the athletes perform and compete, see them celebrate. I was fortunate enough to actually participate in one of the award ceremonies, and it was just such a touching, meaningful moment to see how these athletes were so happy over getting a special recognition for something that they worked really hard in.